Welcome to QMB 2100. My name is Mark Dummeldinger and I'll be teaching the class this semester. What I wanted to do in this introductory video is several things. First, I want to show you that, look, I'm a real person. For most of the semester, you're just going to hear my voice. You're going to hear my voice a lot as it turns out, but you're not going to see my face, primarily because I don't think it helps. I don't think looking at my face while you're going through notes is helpful for you. And then the other part of it is if I have the camera on, like I'm doing right now, I tend to want to focus on that. And I should be focusing on material and information that I want to get across to you. So while you will see my face now, the only other place that I'll probably be visible to you is during some office hours, and I'm going to mention them again in a little bit. When I do my office hours, I'll turn my webcam on and you can see me face to face if you like. For you, if you want to put your face up there, you can. If not, that's fine too. But I did want to let you know that here I am. I'm a real person. I've been USF since, just say a long time, since 1989. Yeah, you heard that right. I've been here for, this is my 37th year, if my math is right. I've been teaching this class. I've been teaching some other classes. I've been doing online teaching in this class for many, many years. And I have a plan. I have a plan, and I hope that it's going to be a pretty good plan for you to learn the information you need to learn this semester. There's some things I want to get across in this introduction, just things that are important to me that I think will make this class easier for you or more successful for you. First, your best bet. I know it's difficult, and a lot of you won't do it. Treat it like a real class. When I say that, I shouldn't say real, that's not the right word. Treat it like a live class. That's what I want to say. Real is not the correct word. This is a real class, but treat it like a live class. And what I mean by that is be disciplined. When I took online or when I've taken online classes in the past, it's really easy to procrastinate. It's really easy to push off till tomorrow what I could be doing today. And I'm going to encourage you not to do that. Statistics, while it'll come naturally for some of you, a lot of you it won't. A lot of you, you're going to have to work at it a little bit, and the material builds on itself. So if you fall behind, it's really tough to recover. The other piece of advice I'll have for you when you're watching online is don't do what I tend to do. Oh, look, there's something going on over here. Oh, he's talking about some notes. Huh. What's out in my backyard? Is that a chicken? It's easy to get your focus somewhere else when you're in an online learning environment where it's not as easy in a live class. Now, in my live students, they sometimes will wander and their eyes will be on their computers or their phones, but that's really not the best way to take the class. Focus on what's important to you. Now, if your schoolwork's important to you, focus on that. If the chicken in your backyard is important to you, by all means, focus on that. But you get to choose. And choices are a little bit tougher when you're online. So I'm going to encourage you to treat it like a live class. As far as the procrastination comes, here's what I'm going to do to try to help you. In addition to teaching this class, I have four live sections that I'm teaching this semester. And I'm going to pace you like I pace them. So for instance, the first week of class, I know exactly what I'm doing in class, in my live classes. I'm going through the material in chapter 1, the basic definitions and variable population sample experimental unit, talking about inferential statistics, descriptive, talking about a lot of the introductory stuff. I'm also going to look at some graphs. And I'm going to introduce the project data to my live sections. And so that's what I'm going to ask you to do. Do the same thing. And now to help you with that, at the beginning of every week, I'm going to send out an update. They're going to be called something clever like the week 1 update, the week 2 update. And that's going to help you keep the pace that I've set for my live classes. Now, in addition to saying, here's what the material we're going to do, I'll also give you suggestions in terms of, hey, on your first project, try to get through question 1 by the end of the first week, or try to get through the second part of question 2 by the end of the second week. And I'll lay it out for you so that you have a lot of time and it should be straightforward. Look for those updates. If I don't send them out Sunday night, I usually send them out first thing Monday morning. So look for them from me, and that'll help you get your pace. And that's a really good pace to use to be successful. As far as what you should be doing first, obviously you're in an introduction video, you're watching me. The next step is to go to the syllabus. So when you click on the syllabus tab, and I've opened it up over here, this is all the nuts and bolts of the semester. This tells you all the different policies, the textbook, all the different learning goals, tell you about the competency checks, the projects, the exams, and how all the grading is going to work. And I've put together a syllabus discussion video for you here. So watch that next. Immediately after that, let me go back to this first page. or this main page, I want you to come up here and take this syllabus enrollment check quiz. This is where you're going to tell me you want to stay in the class, and you can see it's due by noon on the 16th. The semester starts on the 13th, right? So that's going to be by Thursday. Do I have my date right there? Let's just take a quick peek here. No, by Friday. By noon on Friday, you need to let me know you want to stay in the class. And that's real important because there's a lot of people that want your spot. I guess the semester starts on the 12th. There's a lot of people that are trying to get into my online class right now. So they want you to forget to do this because I'm going to drop you at noon and they're going to add the class as quickly as possible. So do that first. I'll send out some reminders, but make sure you do that as soon as you can. Ideally, you'll do that right after you watch the syllabus. Then go and watch some information on the project. And again, I've opened up a tab. Here I talk about the project you're going to use this semester. You're going to be working with automobile data and you're going to be using Excel, and I have a whole bunch of different videos that I'll be throwing at you this semester. Working with Excel in the application gateway. If you don't have access to Excel anywhere else, USF gives it to you free of charge. And then there will be some videos talking about the data. I don't seem to have it here. I will post a video where I go through and tell you a little bit about the data. And I talk to you. Oh, actually, you know what? I do have that information. Let me go and show it to you. Let's go back to the main page. When you come down here to Project for Module 1, when I open that up, it's going to talk about the data, show you how you generate the printouts for the data, how to submit your projects in Canvas, and there's your first project. So there's a lot of information. I think I'm pretty good about creating videos to help you with all the different pieces you need. So start with the syllabus, do the enrollment check, then do the project data, then do the project data introduction quiz. It's not necessarily super important that you have your data by the 18th, but once you start watching these videos, once you start watching the introduction to chapter 1, describing data graphically, as soon as you start, there are questions on project 1 you can answer, and you can only answer those questions if you've already collected your data. It should take you probably about 45 minutes to an hour to collect your data and enter it into Excel. So plan on doing that earlier in the first week. So syllabus check, project data check, and then you start module 1. And the class is broken into 4 modules, cleverly called modules 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each module has some information and then a quiz. Some information, then a quiz. And I've opened up part 3 here. This is what the information typically looks like. There's some PowerPoint notes, followed by some videos. Now this is probably one of the longer parts of the semester. I have 5 videos here. Sometimes my videos are only a couple minutes long. Sometimes they're as much as 20 minutes long. I don't try to go any longer than that. But there'll be questions on the first project that come from probably each of these videos. I'm going to be asking you about a mean or a median, a standard deviation, a quartile, a z-score, try to identify some outliers. So all that's tied up in these different videos. So as you work through Module 1, you got Part 1, a competency check, which is a quiz you have two attempts at. Then you talk about some graphs, and we talk about some numbers, and we go on some probability. This is the only part that's not on Project 1. I don't have any probability questions on Project 1. The project you can see is due February 1st. All the competency checks are February 5th, but again, that's for the procrastinators. That's your absolute deadline. What I want you doing is following my weekly updates, and you'll be doing competency check 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 probably in the first week, or at least 1.1 and 1.2. Maybe describing data numerically as a second week of class. And then we have an exam, and the exams I talk more about on the syllabus. There's a 48-hour window where you got to carve out some time to take the exams. Now, what do you do when you have questions? If you're working early, let's say it's Monday, the first week of class, and you're like, I've already been through part 1, I have some questions. Well, there's a couple ways to get questions. Each of the modules has a discussion board. So you can post your question here. You go in there and you type your question, and then I'll be answering them. I'll be checking them and getting back to you fairly quickly. And then the second place, probably a better place, that works, but there's a little bit of time lag there, right? The second place is to, if I go to the syllabus, let's go back here. Where's my cursor? There it is. There's going to be some office hours. My office hours are going to be Mondays and Wednesdays from 4:15 to 4:45, and all our office hours are going to be in Teams. And I have 4 TAs that are going to be working with you as well. And I will probably have 8 to 10 office hours for them as well. So I'll probably have 8 office hours for them and then mine. And I'll try to space it out, maybe some morning office hours, some afternoon, some evening. These will be Monday through Friday. And I don't know this yet. I'm filming this on what's today, December 27th. So my TAs don't even have their schedule set yet. So once that happens, and that'll probably be, oh, I think we're going to meet like the 7th or 8th of January. It'll be shortly after that. I'll be posting the office hours for the TAs. And how you access them is going to be real simple. You're going to go to Microsoft Education. I have that tab open right here. I haven't activated the team yet, but when you do that, eventually you're going to go to Teams and you're going to get into something like this. And if we actually have an office hour during that time, there'll be a place where it'll just join. And you guys have probably used Teams with most of your other classes, or at least many of your other classes. It'll be exactly the same way. I'll be activating this probably after the new year, and then we'll get going from there. So when you get questions, you got to ask them. I can't help you. I can't answer questions that you don't ask. Discussion boards and office hours are your best shot. And then after Module 1, we do take Exam 1 on February 6th or 7th, and then we do it again. And then we do it again. And you can see all these things that don't have little, all the ones that are in green, I'm all set and ready to go. I just got to turn this on here. But you can see I got my work cut out for me, don't I? Look at all this stuff I got to do. Jeez. But that's on me. By the time Module 2 rolls around, these will all be green lighted, and we'll be ready to go. So when you get questions, please, please, please ask. And good luck this semester. Reach out if you need anything. Just stop by my office hours. Say hello, and good luck.